Why your cat chooses your face as a pillow. It's not just for warmth. The 3 AM Suffocation Mystery. You're deep in a dream, maybe the one where you finally win the lottery, when suddenly the air disappears. You wake up gasping because a 7-pound ball of shedding fur is parked directly on your mouth. It's a familiar scene for most of us. You try to nudge them aside, but they've basically anchored themselves to your nose like a furry barnacle. Most people assume their cat is just a heat-seeking missile looking for the warmest spot on the human body. It makes sense on the surface, since your head is usually the only thing sticking out from under the heavy blankets. And cats are obsessed with heat. A cat's baseline body temperature is actually around 102 degrees Fahrenheit, which is significantly higher than ours. Because they run so hot, they have to work overtime to maintain that internal furnace while they sleep, and your head acts like a literal high-output radiator. But I spent weeks looking into feline sleep habits and discovered that the warmth theory is only about 10% of the story. If you think it's just about temperature, you're missing the actual reason your cat treats your forehead like a luxury mattress. In the next 10 minutes, we're going to look at the weird biological and emotional reasons why your face is the only place they want to be. Your breath is their security blanket. It feels personal when they choose your windpipe as a pillow, but there's a logic to the madness. Cats are actually obsessed with the sound and rhythm of your breathing because it serves as their version of a white noise machine. To a cat, your steady exhale is the ultimate signal that the big hairless protector is alive and well. It's a rhythmic reassurance that says the environment is stable. If you're breathing deeply, it means there are no predators nearby and the house is secure. This obsession goes back to when they were tiny kittens huddled in a pile. Back then, the sound of their mother's breath and heart was the only thing that mattered. There's a specific biological reason they want to be near your nose and mouth. It isn't just about the carbon dioxide you're pumping out, though they do appreciate the slight warmth of that air. It's about the literal vibration of your chest and throat. To a feline, that subtle internal hum mimics a mother cat's purr. When they press their skull against your cheek, they can feel the resonance of your life force. It's a grounding sensation that tells their nervous system it's okay to power down. Think about the times you've tried to move them down to your feet, only for them to crawl back up to your chin 30 seconds later. You think you're being helpful by giving them more space, but they feel like they've been exiled from the command center. They aren't trying to annoy you or test your patience. They are actually looking for the one spot where they feel most physically connected to the person they've chosen as their primary guardian. In their world, proximity equals safety, and the closer they are to the source of your breath, the safer they feel. It's an ancient survival instinct that hasn't faded even though they live in a climate-controlled house with 0 wolves. When they park on your face, they are essentially plugging themselves into a charging station of pure security. They've mapped your body and decided that the most vital, active part of you is the best place to set up camp for the night. It's a level of intimacy that most humans find a bit overwhelming at 4 a.m, but for them, it's just common sense. Why sleep on a cold floor when you can sleep on a breathing radiator that loves you? But if it's just about the breathing and the connection, why do they sometimes turn around and put their butt right in your eyes? That's where the physics of the bed and the weird world of scent glands come into play. The vulnerability paradox and scent marking. While your cat loves the sound of your lungs working, they are also tiny mathematicians calculating the most stable surface in the room. If you've ever watched yourself sleep on a hidden camera, you'd see that your legs are basically a chaotic mess of involuntary kicks and restless adjustments. Your lower half is a disaster zone of movement that can launch a sleeping feline across the room without warning. But your head is different. Unless you're a rare pillow fighter sleeper, your skull stays relatively anchored in one spot for hours. Cats are strategic sleepers who prioritize real estate that won't suddenly shift under them. Your face and the surrounding pillow represent the most prime, earthquake-proof property in the entire house. Beyond the stability, we have to talk about the invisible chemical warfare your cat is waging on your forehead. Cats are essentially walking bundles of scent glands located in their cheeks, their chin, and that little patch of skin right above their eyes. When they press their face against yours or need your scalp, they aren't just being cute. They are performing a high-stakes territorial claim known as bunting. By rubbing their oils onto your skin, they are mixing their biological identity with yours to create what researchers call a colony signature. This shared aroma is the feline version of a family crest. It tells any other creature in the vicinity that you belong to them and they belong to you. This scent blending behavior is a massive compliment because cats only do this with individuals they consider part of their inner circle. In the wild, a solitary cat is a dead cat, so creating a unified smell across the group is a survival tactic. When the entire colony smells the same, it lowers the collective stress level and makes the environment feel predictable. By choosing your face, they are placing their most sensitive olfactory receptors right next to yours. They are essentially saying that your personal musk is the most comforting thing they've ever encountered. It's a level of sensory intimacy that replaces their need for a traditional cat bed. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the butt-in-the-face move. It feels like a calculated insult when you wake up staring at a tail base, but it's actually a gesture of extreme vulnerability. In the feline world, showing someone your back means you trust them so much that you don't feel the need to keep them in your line of sight. By turning around, they are appointing you as the lookout for the rear flank of the bed. They are watching the door while you watch the wall, effectively creating a 360-degree security perimeter. They aren't being rude, they are acting as the specialized watchmen for your shared territory. Biologists call this social defense. In the wild, cats don't just sleep anywhere, they sleep in positions where they can protect the group's most vulnerable angles. By parking on your face, they are essentially saying, "I've got the north side covered, you handle the south." This all sounds incredibly sweet until you realize there's a much more calculated, predatory reason for the face pillowing that goes beyond simple affection. Strategic protection and the trust fall. In the wild, sleep is the most dangerous thing a cat ever does. For a predator that is also small enough to be prey, closing your eyes for 8 hours is a massive gamble. Because of this, they've evolved to find the safest possible bunker every single night. Since you are the largest, most formidable creature in the bedroom, you are their primary defense system. Your head is the command center of that system. By sleeping right next to your brain, they are positioning themselves at the heart of the fortress. If a threat were to enter the room, you are the first thing that would react. And being attached to your face ensures they won't miss the alarm. There is a staggering level of trust involved in this choice, because your cat is literally betting their life that you won't roll over and squash them. Think about the size difference. To a 7-pound cat, you are a giant, unpredictable titan. The fact that they are willing to park themselves directly under your chin shows they have zero fear of you as a threat. It is the ultimate trust fall that repeats every single night for their entire lives. They have observed your sleeping patterns and decided that you are a benevolent guardian who will subconsciously protect their tiny body even while you're unconscious. Most owners feel a deep sense of guilt when they have to move the cat to actually, breathe. But understanding the why helps you realize you aren't just a bed, you're a giant breathing security guard. This isn't just a theory, either. A 2019 study out of Oregon State University, led by Dr. Kristyn Vitale, found that cats actually have secure attachment to their owners, much like human infants do with their parents. They aren't just using you for a mattress, they are emotionally tethered to you. When you provide the physical bulk that deters imaginary predators and the warmth that keeps their high metabolism from dipping too low during the night, you're fulfilling a biological need. When you look at it through that lens, the suffocation is actually a badge of honor. It means you have successfully convinced a tiny, semi-wild predator that you are the safest place on the planet. You have become their secure base, a psychological anchor that allows them to enter the deep REM sleep they need to stay healthy. So, knowing all this, how do you actually get a full night's sleep without hurting their feelings? The Face Pillow Challenge. Now you know that when your cat smothers you at 4 a.m, they're actually just telling you they trust you with their very existence. They aren't trying to be a nuisance, they're just trying to survive the night with their favorite person. My challenge for you tonight is to pay attention to exactly where they land when they settle in. If they go straight for the face, congratulations, you have officially peaked as a cat parent and earned the highest level of feline clearance possible. If you want to see how deep this weird psychological rabbit hole goes, you should check out my video on why cats insist on staring at you while you're in the shower. Go ahead and click that next video to see what else your tiny, furry overlord is trying to tell you about your relationship.